What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes. Welcome back to episode number 3 of my Path to Power. Before we get fully into this episode, massive shouts to you guys for your incredible support yesterday. I am glad that you are enjoying this, and I am glad to be back. We're making a few changes. We're trying a new formation out. 4-3-3, the fourth version. This one with the attacking mid and the two central midfielders kind of fits the personnel that I have, so I thought, hey, let's give it a shot. Let's see how it works out. And I almost played El Arabi, and then I was like, yeah, El Arabi is like really not that great on this game. And I decided to give Baka another chance because this is a formation that I think he could excel in or have a chance of excelling in. So we're coming up against Pistolvania King, I think is this guy's name. He is going to be running the exact same 4-3-3. It looks like he's got a 100 chem, 79 rated BPL team. Tarap, Jekko, Eriksson, the Ox. Looks like he has Tadic in there. I wouldn't play him in that spot myself, but he might have been running low on players. He's got Rojo, but we are the ones that managed to get free, and it's Muniain, a little bit of free space, and I didn't know what to do. So I thought, all right, let's test out the chip, see how it goes. And chips are... I think the jury's still out for me. I think they can be really good. I just don't think that I've figured them out yet. And I haven't figured out corners. Well, I've started to. Even though I do manage to nod this one home. That was a really weird corner, but a nice surprise for me from Rafinha. But they've taken away the custom set pieces, which I think is awesome. Instead, they've added in corner tactics. Now, I can't remember the actual name, but you can tell your players to crowd the keeper, run near post, run far post, top of the box, and I think that is actually a fantastic improvement. I think it makes it very much more realistic because there were some cheesy things that you could do in the past, and so Zeta, who's kind of been a star for us, finds a little bit of free space, but there's Baka finding his way into the middle and crushing it home. 2-goal lead in under 11 minutes. And in past FIFAs, when I've gotten a 2-goal lead, I feel pretty confident that this game's in the books. This is done. But I will say my defending is kind of sketchy. And I thought I took that away, but I didn't. And then I made a terrible, terrible mistake with Duda bringing him forward. Easy cross to the far post. Now, I talked about Neom in past... briefly in the past episode. Now, he's my right back. He was really, really cheap. He's got great, previous FIFA stats, great physical stats. He's pacey, he's big, he's strong. A lot of things that you would like to see. Now, this year's FIFA, those stats for me are not going to be the only things that matter. How about that for a volley from Edin Dzeko? Oh my goodness, volleys seem to be so strong this year. So if you get the chance, definitely play for it because you could score some pretty incredible volleys. And that is just a wonderful finish into the far corner. And there's that 2-2. That lead is gone for me. Now we're in the second half. But going back to Neom, I'm going to discuss him. Actually, I'm going to bring him back up in a little bit. But this is... nice little passing sequence here and trying to figure it out, not wanting to rush anything, putting it into the corner for Muniain. I thought, all right, I'm going to cross this in. I still don't trust my crossing. Baka, a little bit of free space in the finesse. That's actually a pretty nice save, but he doesn't do well enough to clear it, and it falls to Neom. I'm not going to try to do too much with him because after that early stuff, I'm just not trusting him. And this is a little left bumper right there. Left bumper is so important. Just a really, really good thing to incorporate in your game this year. It wasn't as effective maybe in past FIFAs. This year, it is a fantastic thing to be able to do, especially in and around the box area. And Carlos Baka manages to bury that. Now look at Neom's positioning right there. Now I did switch to him for a second, and that was a poor auto switch, or I hit left bumper and switched and dragged him a little bit out of position. But he is kind of clueless with his... I'm trying to pinpoint exactly what the stat is and how to use my words here. Neom is one of those players that he has, like I mentioned, he has the stats from previous FIFA, but this year, as I mentioned in the last episode, your highly rated defenders seem to make such a difference. Trasherous, left bumper, left trigger, right trigger, trying to find that little bit of space. And there it is. Trasherous glides his way into the box. 90th minute, manages to punch it in and give us all 3 points. That was massive in my book. And I managed to escape blowing that 2-goal lead. Thank goodness this didn't turn out like the United match. Somebody cue the crickets. I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry about that, United fans. I truly am. I would have expected things to maybe go differently, but Leicester fans, massive shout. They're not intimidated by anything in the BPL. So on we go. There's a little bit of real talk, well, some real talk in there. But if you briefly saw those stats, I definitely piled on the pressure, even though I had to steal it away at the end of the match, steal those 2 points back. And now we're going to go turn over and switch to a little bit of web app action because I decided it might be time to switch up my team a little bit. And here we are over on the Lev app. The aspect ratio is not perfect. I recorded a whole monitor on full screen, and I don't know, it's just a little bit weird. But I started swapping around. I thought, all right, 3-5-2 could be interesting. I could use this team. This will work out okay. And then I thought, we'll just sell everything on and try to make a few coins and move on from there. And that is exactly what I did. I sent it all over to the trade pile. Now, some of the guys are going to be really easy to make coins on. Baka I bought for 650. I obviously had some issues listing to start with, but I'm gonna list him up 2,000 by now, or 2,500 by now. He's not gonna sell for that, but 850 start price will still be a 200 coin bonus. And I'm listing this. This is the first go round with listing, and when I go for the first go round with listing, I list for really ambitious prices. You can see that with some of these cards. Muniain, I overpaid for, at least for right now. I think he's going to go back up because he's a really, really good option on the left side for a Spanish team or for a La Liga side. So I'm going to go through, list everything up, see how many coins that gives me. So I have some coins to work with, and then we're going to purchase a new team and try to get some more matches in with them. So I thought if I was going to, and the main reasoning with this is I thought if I'm going to switch to a 3-5-2 formation, I might as well switch to a league that excels in the center of the park. And I wanted to make sure, because I've been harping on that defense stuff, I wanted to make sure that I had really, really, really good center back options for the price. So we're going to be switching over to the Serie A, and you've got Juan Jesus, Manolas, Caceres, Zapata, Mexes, Rami, all these guys go for like pennies, essentially, discard value almost, and they're all pretty darn good on this game. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going through, and I'm just putting out bids for 300 coins, 350 coins. Juan Jesus, I'll go buy now on because I really, really think that he might be one of the better options on the right side. You can see I accidentally picked up another Rafinha, 300 coins, no problem there. I'll be able to sell him on for 500 coin by now, 450 coin by now, something like that. And it's just a few coins, but it's still going to stack up. I picked up Palladino right here. Now, the reason I picked him up, I'm not building a silver squad, but I wanted to see how silver players perform in Ultimate Team relative to the golds. I wanted to see if I could notice a big difference in the attack, or if it was kind of like, well, this guy's got decent dribbling and decent pace, which are the two primary stats that I take into consideration for silver attackers. And we'll see how he performs. Went out. I wanted to get Fernando Torres. I think for his price, he's actually a decent option in the Serie A. He's got a bunch of things that he does well, or well enough, and he's kind of one of those players that everybody loves talking about, love him or hate him, whatever it is. I went out, picked him up 1,500 coins by now. That is A-okay in my book. Picked up Matigol Fernandez for 750 coins. He is a 5-star skiller, so I was pretty excited about doing that. Nigel de Jong, for being a non-rare, he has unbelievable stats. I think he got almost a 20-ish point, 15 to 20 point pace upgrade between last year and this year. That is a massive, massive jump. So that is where we are going to leave it this time as we start to build out this Serie A side. We'll have some gameplay with it coming up in the next episode, but that will be out tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for your support. If you did enjoy this video, like a thumbs up is always greatly appreciated. Other than that, my name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.